Hi, my name is Jeff Colangelo, and I'm the Artistic Director of Prism Movement Theater. This summer, we're going to be offering a unique summer camp called Kaleidoscope to the neighborhood of Samuel Grand. In this 3-week-long workshop, students will have the chance to get insight on Prism's unique interdisciplinary devising methods for making stories. We're going to be looking at those methods through 3 main pillars: storytelling, visual arts, and movement arts. These classes are going to be taught by longtime Prism collaborators like Bobby Garcia, Rock Ill, Lucila Rojas, Omar Padilla, and so many others. Through these 3 weeks, in these 3 weeks, students will take specific classes aimed at addressing each one of our pillars. In our movement arts class, students will learn different essential movement arts like clowning, mime, and dance, but they'll also focus on culturally specific arts like hip-hop, folklorico, and capoeira to further express themselves and learn how to express themselves through the movement arts. In our visual arts class, students will learn not only how to make visual art, but visual art for performance, focusing on things like puppetry and mask, and creating living sculptures that they can use later on for their own performances. And then finally, in our storytelling class, students will use all of the art styles that they've been practicing in movement arts and visual arts to start creating their own stories. Students will establish essential skills in this class around brainstorming, working collaboratively, thinking critically, and using the movement arts to approach writing and storytelling in unique and creative ways. What's most exciting of all is that these students will be getting adapted versions of Prism's exercises that our professionals use to create their own unique stories. Things like adapting film practices into theatrical practices, or partner exercises that are used to develop sensitivity and a sense of play, or even things as simple as breaking down a script and figuring out how to tell a story in a way that is the most effective and the most powerful for your listener. At the end of the summer camp, students will put together one collective performance around these 3 pillars and present it to the public. This won't just be a presentation of each of the pillars by themselves, but rather a collective and interdisciplinary effort by all of the students to create one performance that feels like an event rather than a showcase. Part of the reason why we developed this programming is that we're fully aware that students learn in a variety of different ways. And while most educational program very readily handles people who are ready to express themselves through language, there's very little educational programming that's focused on expressing yourself through nonverbal means. Prism is perfectly positioned to be able to offer this unique type of education that isn't really offered in most other places. We can offer writing classes that are focused on drawing or other means of accessing storytelling that can eventually then move towards enhancing a student's writing abilities. We can provide different means of creativity and expression that may not be found in other avenues. And what's most important is that our work is accessible. You don't have to be a top athlete to be a Prism Movement Theater artist. You just have to be able to be creative, be able to move your body, and be ready to explore the world in completely unique ways. This leads us to the kind of thesis behind the name of Kaleidoscope. When you look into a kaleidoscope, you see an entirely new, colorful world. With this summer camp, we're hoping we can do that with kids by providing an alternative means to providing education and a creative release. We hope that students will look into this summer camp and discover a new creative world that is colorful and exciting to engage with.